And now, on Adobe Radio, it's The Brett Davern Show, featuring Katie LeClaire. Streaming live, weekday mornings, 9 Pacific, noon Eastern.
Yeah, I don't know. It just kind of gets in there at a certain point, and then everything all clicks into place. Click, 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 boom, and then out comes the lines. And they're usually pretty perfect. Usually. Except I have a reputation for not ever knowing my lines, which is just not fair.
Well, it's because you
not
don't
fair.
know your lines when you show up, and then you learn them in the moment.
But that doesn't mean I don't know them.
No, that's what's so frustrating is that you do know them, but you didn't 5 minutes ago, and now you're word perfect.
What? So what? Why does anyone care? Like,
because they wish they could do it.
Right. I'm not jealous of the things that they do that I can't do, really, like in that way where I get mad at them. I applaud them for their talents.
Well, that's very big of you.
Well, but that's not what happens to me, Katie. I get shouted down for my talents all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I have an innate ability to rant at any moment. People don't seem to like it.
I saw a meme the other day that said, it was this girl. She's like, I play this game with my friends called Go Off, I think is what it was, or something. Anyway, she's like, where you each get assigned a topic and you have to go off about it for 20 minutes.
Oh,
I thought to myself, that. I know the best
only
goer
20?
offer.
A sweet tight 20.
Tight 20. Wow.
Oh,
concise. Wow.
Hook that up. No problem. I remember when I was a senior in high school, we had a project for some class about getting up in front of class and speaking for a certain length of time.
Yeah.
And I remember the teacher saying, okay, and you guys are going to have to talk for the assignment is probably 20 minutes. And it was just like, okay. And then he's like, none of you realize how long that is.
It's a long time.
Yeah.
And even I back then didn't realize, but I mastered it, I think, and then have just kept doing it.
Man,
I think I'm just still
you
doing
might
that
have mastered
assignment.
it.
Maybe.
I think you're pretty good at it.
Yeah. What do you got? What's
you're
the
pretty
topic?
good at going off.
What do you think? What do you want? Huh?
We should just get like a bowl of words that we slowly
she's
build
got a
up.
bowl of words.
Yeah.
I have that. We could try going off today.
Oh my gosh. Oh, go off.
A go off. A go off.
I like it. Yeah. What you cram all night before? Is that how you get things done there, actor person?
Oh,
you sit there with the script?
No. I am also I am also a procrastinating.
How are you?
Yeah.
How are you?
I can get it within like 5 go-throughs. And I'll be memorized 4 maybe.
That's not true.
What can you do in less, Brett? You're learning it in the moment.
Huh?
How many does it take you?
He can do it the next one.
Yeah, I'm
you do
good.
one and then you're like,
well, it depends on the scene. I mean, are we doing?
And then you fix
that's
it?
my answer as well.
Yeah.
It depends on the scene.
Are we doing something from Grey's Anatomy with a lot of medical talk, or are we doing something from? I mean, I don't know.
I also think it depends on the writer too, because like even in my SAB days, even in the Switch to Birthdays, some writers you can memorize better.
SAB.
I know. I was like,
I thought that was like a
ooh,
high school
cool.
equivalency test or something.
No. But you know what I mean? How I'm sure you experience this on Awkward too. Like some writers were easier to memorize than others.
Yeah. Well, some of them would just let me say whatever I want too.
Yeah.
And then others were like, those aren't my words. And
I know. Yeah. That's an interesting thing too.
Okay. Watch out. Precious
And then
writers
he would
on
switch
set
right
today.
back to being word perfect.
He could, but that's what
them
makes them crazy. Yeah.
No, listen, that's not, listen. Usually if an actor says a line slightly differently, it's because that's just how it rests in their brain better. And these precious writers can get over it. It's not as if the actor's there like, watch this, I'm going to totally upstage this person right now. Like, no, it's usually, and then usually if you go, hey, no, it's actually this rather than that. Usually I've never seen an actor get upset. Most of the, oh, my bad, I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Okay, no worries.
Yeah. The only time I saw someone get upset on set with things like that is when it's like, oh, I found him on Instagram. He's a rapper. I'm like, why would you hire him for this then?
Yeah.
He got upset a lot that day.
Yeah. Yeah. I've never really seen any of that weird like Hollywood stuff like that everyone thinks goes on the. Then again,
No.
that stuff's not going on in sets at all right now. It's all
Mm-mm.
shut down. So
No one's memorizing anything.
yeah, right now the actors and the writers are really trying to work together, but it's been.
Well, they're back at the negotiating table.
Oh,
tonight.
are
I
they?
saw
Yeah.
that.
Oh, today?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I didn't get invited.
He's supposed to be there. He just runs out.
I'm supposed to be there going off today.
It's the Brett Davern Show on Adobe Radio, brought to you in partnership with Nice Guy Digital.
Yeah.
It's just you're so casual about it. Also,
Yeah. I can't
which
panic,
is better
man.
than like
It's not my nature.
I don't want you to walk in and be like, I don't know any of these words. Watch this, and then you can do it. But also, you're like, oh, I don't know any of these words.
Does it work for monologues too, or is it dialogue, or is it just
you don't
all
ever
the
get a
same?
monologue in film and TV.
Yeah, right.
You don't got to worry about
But
it.
hypothetically,
No.
Oh.
If I was memorizing for the theater, I would take it seriously, Carly. Come on. This is film and TV we're talking about, baby. You don't gotta worry about it. Come on now. It's 11:30 in the morning and they're passing around taquitos. We're all having fun here, you know?
Let's get to the guy with the crystal brain,
Right, Katie?
Brett Davern.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I mean, did you ever have a real monologue? No.
I mean, no.
Nah.
Maybe like a minute monologue.
A minute
Yeah.
on film?
I mean, on Fantasy Island, the last thing that I filmed. Well, that's not the last thing anymore, but I can't talk about
what
that.
even is a minute? Like 4 sentences?
I mean, yeah.
5 maybe.
But everybody on set,
No,
because
a
you never
minute.
get a monologue. So
No,
everybody-
hold on a
it
second.
was like
I'm
a
watching the
monologue.
clock. Ready?
it was like
Carly,
a monologue.
1
What do you
minute.
want from me?
Ready, Carly? 1 minute. Go.
I just vamp.
That's one
Brett.
sentence.
Okay, so I'm. No, this is so unfair. This is so unfair.
That's two.
Wait,
That's
Amy,
3
you
sentences.
go
If you
off.
had a monologue.
Hold on.
And
We need the go off button.
no,
There.
I'm protesting.
That's 4 sentences. That was only 17 seconds.
I mean, a minute.
Whatever. I don't even care, Brett. Give me a longer monologue. I'll memorize it.
We should.
just saying, a
Oh,
minute-
let's do it.
A minute on
Let's
film.
do it.
A minute on film
We
of you
sh-
talking is a long time.
No, but like when
I've
you have
never
an
gotten that.
audition that's like 1 minute monologue, you're like, oh,
I know.
Oh,
yeah.
to cut
yeah.
any good monologue to like.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like
that's
nothing.
true.
Yeah. What's your go-to 1 minute monologue?
It's embarrassing.
What is it?
What is it?
What
I
do you-
don't even have
Will
one.
we know it? What's it from?
I like to do a Shakespeare one.
Oh, okay.
I
That's
I
not
have
embarrassing.
I have a cut of To Be or Not to Be.
Oh.
Cut slaps in my
Wow.
opinion.
Wow.
And
All
then
right.
there's what's my contemporary one?
Can you make it funny? It would be cool if you just used that one monologue.
That would
for
be really
all the-
funny though. That'd
They
be a
knew
great
you were
bit.
doing Hamlet, but you were being funny
I
about
was
it.
like really emo and like like teenager about it. Just like
That's pretty funny.
Putting on black nail polish.
Yeah.
that's really
To
good.
be or not
That is the question.
to be.
It's like we were writing a song or something in your emo phase in high school.
What's your lighthearted? Do you have a film and TV monologue?
From film and TV. Oh my gosh, this is like the cobwebs in my brain of school, like of film and TV.
That's
No,
because they don't
because
have
they
them film
never
and
have
TV.
them. I have scenes,
Yeah,
but
they never do it, do
No.
they? They just give you the sides.
no, I just know like random,
Yeah.
like more like contemporary plays.
Yeah, they don't let you do it.
But I'm not like a huge play reader.
Yeah.
So it's like the 3 plays that I know. I
Right.
just use stuff from that.
Yeah.
I just looked it up. Yeah. Shia LaBeouf is in a David Mamet play in Venice right now.
Venice, Italy or California?
That's
California.
a lot of
Here.
controversial
I know, right?
male energy.
Okay.
I would
Like,
go
I'm
see
gonna go,
it.
but-
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it's called Henry Johnson. The
Cool.
world premiere. Pretty
Okay.
cool.
Well, there you go.
Also, he's 4th build
Oh,
on the poster.
Okay.
Mamet's daughter screen tested for Awkward
Oh yeah,
back in the day. I was at the screen test with her, so I know she was there. I can confirm.
Sources.
But then she
confirm.
was on that show on HBO for a while,
Mhm.
right? What was that show?
Girls.
Is that what it was
Girls.
called?
Yeah, Girls.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't
Yeah.
know that was her.
Mhm.
Yeah, good for her.
Not Leah Dunham. Somebody else.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny because at the screen test for Awkward, I
Who?
remember she said her name, and then people were like, "Oh, like David," and she was like, "Yeah."
What a
I mean,
oh, it's so hard for nepo babies out there.
No,
They're like,
no,
oh,
I mean,
yeah, my
no,
God.
not like she was. No, she was
Ugh.
just like, yeah, because it's like it could be a common last name, maybe. I
Yeah.
guess
She like didn't know if it would help or hurt.
yeah,
Oh,
It
yeah.
helps.
It helps.
yeah,
It
It
helps.
helps. I've worked with lot. I'm not. She was nice. This sounds mean to
Oh
say
no,
nepo
there are
baby,
nepo babies who
but I've
deserve
worked with.
it.
I worked with Eastwood. I worked with Eastwood very early on here, and he wasn't using Eastwood at that point, but then he was pretty quick after that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Use
though.
it. Not
Nice
everybody
guy.
can be.
He's a nice guy.
What's his name? I can't think of his name.
Huh?
Emilio Estevez.
What
Is-
about it?
Is what's his bucket's brother? But
Charlie.
yeah,
Yeah.
Emilio Estevez is a Sheen, as in Martin and Charlie.
Yeah, but Martin and Charlie are Estevezes.
Well, and then
Emilio is the
just
only one
went-
using the real name.
Well, yeah, no, I know. Yeah,
Sheen
yeah.
is the fake
How he
name.
used his real name.
Yeah, it's Martin
real nepo
Estevez.
baby.
Martin Sheen's real name is Estevez.
Isn't that crazy?
That they both use Sheen
Yeah.
and that's fake. Yes.
And then that Emilio Estevez went on and just like
he was like,
reverse
I'll
nepoed.
use the actual name.
Reverse nepo. For the people who know the real name.
yeah,
Coach
yeah,
Bombay.
That's my name.
Hell yeah, man. This song is called Gimme. Turn it up and we'll do some news on the other side of the break. It's the Brett Davern. Maybe it's from doing the news on the Brett Davern show.
Have you partied at an Airbnb?
Absolutely.
Who
You're not
hasn't?
supposed to.
That's the only thing
Well-
to do at an Airbnb.
Well,
Nobody goes to an Airbnb to just sit there and
No.
drink a cup of tea
Come
and come
stay
back
with
home.
all your friends and don't party.
Yeah. Come kick it in our 12-bedroom cabin, in Boulder, Colorado.
Respectfully.
Yeah.
there was a global 55% drops in parties.
Please use the
between
coasters.
August 2020 and August 2022, according to Airbnb.
Oh,
Mm.
yeah.
And it's because of one person.
Mm.
There's an appointed person who is the appointed party pooper. And it is her job to figure out how to figure out if basically they made an AI. And so if you're going to book a 12-person cabin and it's 2 weeks away from your birthday, flagged. Can't go.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we were supposed to make robots to help us with things, not to basically be party cops.
Yep. Party
Because
cop.
it's before your birthday. That's gotta be. I know it's not illegal, but I'm getting upset. So I'm like, that's gotta be illegal.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. Well, I mean, okay, I'll do the thing.
Do you want to hear the other indicating factors?
Yeah.
Weren't we talking about how the
Not yet.
apps, remember at the beginning we were saying that I remember we were having this conversation.
Mhm.
We are trying to have it about Uber, but it's like these apps and these companies at the beginning, it was like, oh, this is kind of cool. This works. There's someone's house. They're not really using it. It's all on the up and up. This isn't someone
It's
who
like a
just
win-win.
bought this for a money-making opportunity
Mm-hmm.
to artificially drive up real estate prices in these certain markets. This was just someone who happened to have a house that was left to them by their Meemaw up in Idlewild, and now they rent it out when they're not there. And me and my friends used it. And yeah, we might not have used that one coaster, so we left one ring on the coffee table. But other than that, we were pretty respectful, and we did take our bed sheets off at the end and throw them down by the washer and dryer, and we paid the $250 for the cleaning fee. And all's well that ends well, and we had a good time in Idlewild. And we used this crazy new app that lets people just rent out their houses, and it was so cool.
It was a great time.
And then you fast forward 15 years, and the man has to get involved. And now they've got a robot AI party pooper man.
Yep.
It upsets me more that
it's
it's a
just
robot.
the whole
Mhm.
thing is like, and so then why can't we just all vote with our wallets and thumbs and stop pressing on that app and then tell that app to go out of business? What's wrong with that?
Well, there is Verbo.
Yeah. I've
Yeah.
used Verbo or VRBO, whatever you want to call it.
I know I've heard it.
It's
called
just
both
as
things.
good.
It's just as good, yeah.
The cleaning fees aren't as high. And that's the thing is now the Airbnb fees are so high that it's like, well, now I should be able to throw a party because you're going to charge me $500 anyway.
I'll tell you
Yeah.
something about an Airbnb or a VRBO or a whatever it's called. They used to be great and now they suck. At the beginning, they were great. Now you go and every place you rent has 9 different remotes for the TV in the living room. The Wi-Fi never really works. The password upstairs is different than the password downstairs. Because all 13 of us are signed on, it actually slowed down anyway. There's no real TV on the TV, and it's the weekend, and the freaking NFL season is in its 3rd week,
You're
and we
supposed
can't
to be
watch
hanging out with
anything
your pals
because
anyway.
they have YouTube TV, which is an app on the smart TV, but you've got to sign into your own. And then, nobody here happened to have it. And I thought we were coming to an Airbnb. What the hell is happening out there?
Yeah.
Tell them.
So
Ugh!
the AI models look at hundreds of factors, including the reservation's closeness to the user's birthday.
But
as
what
you
I'm
said.
saying
ridiculous.
is that if I'm going to pay and if you're going to research me and if I got to jump through all these hoops, then at least when I get there, the TV better work. Like, why are they allowed to suck and put a bunch of rules on me? It's got to be one or the
And
other.
it's just so they can charge you more, honestly. Like how if you're like, oh, well, it's the same amount of people coming, but we're going to have a micro wedding. They're like, oh, you're going to have an event. That's extra money.
Mhm.
Ugh.
It's just so they can charge you more.
Yep.
For the place that they bought as an investment 2 years ago because they heard they could make money. And then that person
Right.
bought 12 houses in that same area with all cash with investors that they all grouped together because a bunch of us had an idea one night at a Tupperware party at Linda's house. And the next thing you know, we own all of this complex. And then now nobody normal can live here. The whole thing sucks all the time. And you know what? Like, just start faking your birthdays out there, start taking over these places and trash them. Trash every single one of them.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
If you go into one of these places and there is not a framed photo of a family anywhere, trash it. It's a money-making opportunity, and I don't care.
You're just
Throw the TV out the window.
People are just going to get charges and stuff. And then now they're
So?
going to send you a bill because they're like, Brett said I should trash
Brett
it.
told me to. That's
Well-
their defense in court.
Yeah.
Brett said I could.
Did Led Zeppelin get a bill when people started trashing their hotel rooms? They heard they
I'm
did
just
it.
saying.
No.
I just think that like hotels, there's gonna be general wear and tear, and hotels seem to like know that like, yeah, that's the hospitality business.
Exactly.
But Airbnb owners, like with the coasters, get all upset that people are just using the house
Right.
that they paid to use. I bet most people aren't trashing them.
No.
I bet
That's
people
what I'm
aren't
saying.
wrecking
That's
them.
what I'm
So
trying to
it's
say.
like, sorry, like that's gonna happen on Airbnb. That's gonna happen anywhere. You're letting a stranger use your house.
Yep.
Like that's the business.
Yep.
Dude, I'll tell. Here's a word to Airbnb owners, real quick. I'll tell you what. If I and my friends stay in your Airbnb and there are too many little post-it notes around telling us too many little things to do about every little light switch in the place, it makes me more apt to not really respect it. I don't know why.
That's a you problem.
It's
that
a
you should
rebel.
probably
I
understand.
understand. No, I
knowledge
get it.
in therapy.
I'm just telling you, and a word to the wise out there, there's a lot of me's out there. So if you own places, like, here's what I'm saying. If you're cool, we'll be cool. And that has always been the sort of
Standard
model that we should
thing.
all live by.
Yeah.
But the second you put up too many post-it notes, the second you tell me I'm going to get too many charges for XYZ, and the second that I can tell that you don't actually live there anyway, all bets are off. Forget it.
It's super uncool to be like, oh, we use your birthday. It's like, oh, I'm planning a special birthday trip with my friends or my significant
Yeah.
other, and now I can't go.
Well, you should have somebody else book the
By the way,
make the reservation.
me and my friends can't go party at the place that you would go party
That's the
at
whole
if you
point.
owned it. Yeah,
Yeah.
this whole thing's stupid. Forget it. Just don't use it anymore. Send Airbnb straight to the bottom. Nobody use them anymore. Forget it.
VRBO.
Something else.
Very
Yeah,
well.
use whatever else. If you own a property, you can have a management company do it for you and you don't have to run it through Airbnb. The only reason to run it through Airbnb is if you're trying to make a bunch of extra money.
Yeah.
Which is not the reason to have the thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sick of it. Okay. Right?
We gotta take a music break.
Huh?
We gotta play commercial.
Huh?
We went off.
Huh?
We went off.
We
I
went
loved
off.
it.
We went off.
I loved it.
It's go off day. Listen, if you're gonna take the time to put all those post-it notes around your rental property,
Triggered.
then take the time to make sure that the 4 remotes for the TV are actually the remotes that work the TV. Don't you notice that the amount of post-it notes that are around the houses is in direct contrast to the technology working around the place?
Go off.
Quit telling me which light switch to use. Make sure your frying pans are not all dented. You know what I'm saying? Also, can I get a sharp knife in one of those places once in my life? One time. One time. I'd like to pull out a knife and be able to cut a lime. One time.
A lime? Does that mean you're drinking?
Damn straight. Me and my friends are here to party. And if you got a problem with it, just come on over and party with us. Like, stop being such a Scrooge.
That's nice. Yeah, invite them too.
What's wrong with
good.
everybody? Like,
Build
come
a
on
bigger
over,
table.
have a glass of wine, chill
Nice.
out. Jeez, that's what we're all doing here. By the way, this is a beautiful town that everyone comes to vacation in. You should chill out. You own a house here. Turn it off.
You're listening to The Brett Davern Show.
You want to go off? You can go off on the text line.
Can you go off on David Beckham for 5 minutes?
Oh, well,
that's gonna
I mean, back in the day, I would
feel
have
like I
liked to,
could.
if you know what I mean.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Whoa.
Well, there-
We talking about
What a
short,
turn.
spiky hair Beckham or long hair Beckham?
Well, there is a new Netflix documentary series
Oh.
show
Oh,
that is going to be about the life and career of Beckham
oh,
and the family.
okay.
I'm in.
I'm in.
I'm in.
Say less. I'm in.
So like a Kardashian style show about the fam,
Uh,
or a retrospective like
I think that it is him focused.
uh-huh.
However, like, you know what I mean? Like his family is a part
Like
of
that
his
quarterback
life.
show with
They're
Mahomes.
there.
Yeah, they're there.
Like the Mahomes show?
I didn't actually watch that show, so I'm not sure.
Oh.
Sorry. Do you know who watched that show though? Which is really funny, is Nick Major. So now Nick Major likes football because of that quarterback show. It's amazing the
Oh.
power that Netflix has.
Well, they're not going to do a second season, so
Why not?
because they can't get any quarterbacks to sign up for it.
Because it was like too revealing.
I mean, look, if you are having reality TV show cameras following you around and then you don't necessarily play good quarterback, a lot of people can look at that and go, I think there was a distraction,
Right.
possibly. Maybe you had a little too much pressure on yourself.
Right.
And then teams might be like, let's not get the reality show quarterback, you know?
But they don't do that about Hard Knocks, do they? Or like,
Well, Hard Knocks follows the whole team
so
and only for the preseason.
gotcha.
This quarterback show followed these guys like through their lives in sort of a Kardashian style, which I think I mean, it's a reality. They just follow their lives.
I just don't think that that's really any added pressure. Like they're famous sports players
Mhm.
and they're on huge teams,
Mhm.
multi-million-dollar contracts.
Mhm.
I think they can handle it.
Are you
Oh,
talking
yeah,
about Hard
no.
Knocks or are you talking about the quarterback show?
She's
I guess
talking about
in
the
general,
quarterback
like, I guess
show.
the quarterback show, like, yeah,
Yeah.
finding people.
Oh no,
for it.
I
Yeah.
understand that. I'm saying from a like team perspective and the way that like a team would view it or a coach would view it. Like an old
Mm.
school coach would go, "That's a distraction,
Oh,
kid. You
yeah,
got to be
yeah.
doing push-ups." You
Yeah.
know, so I'm saying the like the sort of the optics of it in terms of like a sports perspective. But like I think you're right though, Carly. Like these guys have cameras on them all the time.
Yeah,
so
they got it.
I think that this series, you could be, it's more aligned with like the Michael Jordan documentary.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like we're going to take a look at his career and it's 4 episodes, 4-hour-long episodes. And
Oh.
it's his personal and professional life. It says that they'll talk about his altercation with Manchester United manager.
Oh.
You know, like stuff like that.
Ooh.
So I think
Juicy.
it's more like the looking back on the day.
Okay. That's cool. I don't know. I'm a dumb American. I got a bit of a blind spot when it comes to football internationally. So Like I know Beckham, he can bend it. That's about
Yep.
all I know.
And then
Played
Messi's
for
in
England.
Miami.
I don't know. Messi's in
now.
Miami.
And they just lost their first game since he joined the team.
So
I read that
rejoined.
headline.
Wow.
Oh, he was
Messi.
out for a minute too. He was injured, then
Oh.
he came back.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah, I know more now with Messi and the sort of new superstars than I did in Beckham's day, because now soccer's becoming more and more popular.
Yeah.
So I'm picking up a little bit more of what Lionel is putting down. But I'm not sure how to, I don't know. Lionel? Messi? I'm not sure. There's an
I
O
like
in
your
there, isn't
version.
it? Lionel?
Leonile.
Is it just Lionel?
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 No, you're working too hard.
I don't think so. I think I'm working the proper amount. Man, he is good at soccer, though.
Mm.
Man, the GOAT. The GOAT. Yeah.
So there's this. I love this story, but I'm curious of what you think.
I'll tell you.
In 2021, the Kunsten Museum of Modern Art in
Did we all have a second there? Or we were...
which is located.
Sorry, I just dissociated. Can you start over?
Sure, I'll
Yeah,
start
where
over.
did it take place? Give me that.
In 2021, the Kunsten Museum of Modern Art
Okay.
in Denmark
Mhm.
commissioned an artist to recreate two of his more famous works. He turned in this.
To recreate?
He turned in basically two canvases that they are white and they have.
She can just share her screen. She always flips the laptop
like it.
around,
It's
so then
easier
it's this
this way.
weird
It's old
handheld
school.
Blair Witch style shot of us just standing in the room. And also the audience can't see what we're looking
Okay,
at.
there you
She's
go.
right here to screen share.
There you go.
There we go. Okay. Well, yeah, but now
So
the
he
audience
turns
can
in-
see. Okay.
He turns in what is basically a giant canvas with some like
With a lady
Some
standing in front of
blemishes
it.
gloops on it.
Yeah, some gloops of also
little
white.
blobs.
And
But
so
there's
it's
nothing
like,
in front of her, right? She's not part of
no,
it.
she's observing. Brett, what do you?
I don't know. The art piece could
No.
be.
Come
It's
on,
not an
You
optical
never
illusion.
know,
on.
Katie. You
Come on.
never. Art is art.
you don't have to work so hard.
That's
You're
what-
overthinking
that's what
everything this
people
morning,
tell
dude.
this guy.
So, well, he's the prime example. So anyway,
Oh.
he turns in these two canvases and he goes, "Here you go. Here's my work." And guess what the title is? Take the money and run.
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
like
I'm
it.
in. I'm sold. I'm going to the museum.
Well,
I
the
kind of like it.
Danish court.
They said we don't like when art's artsy.
Yeah.
We don't like when art makes a statement.
We want art to be our way.
We want art to be fun to look at, but in the way we like it.
Well, but like with a color,
That was mean.
that wasn't nice. And he also
Wait.
challenged what I think is art, and now I have to
Yeah.
think.
Well, see, that's the
I
interesting
don't
part, right?
know.
Then they
And
get
also,
angry.
why should I? But I had to pay for art. Wait, do you pay for art?
Wait, you tricked
Why?
me.
You got me.
Well, the Danish court. So the art museum sued the artist because they were like,
Which
All the
is
things
a
that you
totally,
guys
which is
said.
an artistic thing to do.
and then
It's
the Danish
badass.
court
It's
Respect.
Punk rock.
has just issued a ruling that the artist has to pay the art museum $76,000.
Fuck that. No,
No.
effing
No.
way.
No,
Mm-mm.
no.
Yep.
No way, dude. You know
That's what they
why?
said.
You know why? You know why he doesn't have to pay? Because I just bought that piece of art for $3.2 million.
Ooh, now it is super
Wow.
lucrative.
Guess what? Now it's worth something.
Yeah.
Isn't
Look,
it?
he didn't have to add the gloops. Okay, that was a choice he made.
That's see
This
that-
is the piece that he was meant to be recreating.
That's well,
Wait, what is that?
that's actually
Is that just a bunch of dollars glued
that's
to
so
a canvas?
smart. It makes me upset that they don't get it because
Oh no, they get it.
oh, they were just they
They're
got it too
pissed.
late. Yeah.
They get it. They're just pissed.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
that when people pretend to like art and then they're like, no,
Especially a museum.
yeah,
Huh?
let's sue the artist. That's what we're here for.
I like it. I like it. But then again, like, I don't know. I mean, it's all part of it now, isn't it? See, what's funny
It's real
is
punk
they're
rock.
driving up the price of that canvas,
Mhm.
though, because now it's got a story and a provenance that's different than it would have had.
Yep.
Because now it's
Hmm.
that piece of art from that Danish museum that caused the
That's
thing,
true.
the blah,
The fact that they like it more makes it work.
Yeah.
Or
And
that
all-
they hate it. Makes
right.
it work.
That's
Yeah.
what
Not
makes
like
it
more.
work. Exactly.
Oh.
And the artist had to pay how much?
76,000.
Oh, please. Let's
It's
start a
not that
GoFundMe.
much.
How much did he get paid? Or they? I don't know.
Let's start a GoFundMe.
I have it. in here somewhere.
It's not bad. Come on. It had to be more than, well, less than.
I would think it'd be less
It'd
than
have
what
to be
they
less
were
than the
commissioned to
penalty.
do. So
Yeah.
I don't have his amount. Ooh.
You know what I'd do? I'd pay the fine, move along. Yeah, so ordered, move along, pay the fine. Don't, fine, whatever. Pay the fine or get my fans to pay it for me.
my
And then
fans.
I would
My
demand
fans, yes.
I would
Give me
demand the
money.
canvas back, and then I would sell the canvas
And then
for
I'd-
more than that.
I love when people
And then
like
there you go.
burn it
Mhm.
Ooh.
or like shred art. I love that.
That one Banksy piece
Yeah.
that got shredded in the
That
moment.
was
Mhm.
So cool.
Top notch.
Yeah.
He says, I don't have his how much he got paid, but he spent all of it. That's what he said. And then he also says, quote, I saw from my artistic point of view that I could create a much better piece for them than what they could even imagine. Like rather than creating his own, like recreating
Who
it.
asked someone to
I don't-
recreate?
I don't see that I've stolen the money. I have created an art piece, which is maybe 10 or 100 times better
Yeah.
than what we planned. What is the problem?
Yeah. Totally.
And if indeed, take the money and run. I think you know what it is?
I love him.
It's the title.
It's the title. It's
It's
like
the
we were
title.
talking about with you with memorizing.
Yeah, this is why I get in trouble all the
like,
time. Yeah. This is why I get in trouble, because I would name it the same thing.
Yeah.
It's the title.
I love
Getting in
him.
trouble for being too smart.
Yep. And humble.
Yeah. That's what he should have titled the piece. Be humble. Or anything else.
Yeah.
It's funny too, because at the reveal at the museum, when the red curtain drops, the satin thing they put over the piece, when it drops and everyone went, that's the whole point.
Yeah.
That's what you paid for. This is the title. Title of this song is called Blame by The Main. Turn them up. We'll be right back.
So make believe eventually you can forget my name, but it's easier if I'm the one you blame. So I put the knock aside. Alcohol and ammunition, melancholic disposition added to the story in your mind, right?
I'm sick of Marvel movies.
Whoa!
I'm sick of Marvel movies. You want
man.
to talk about monologues? The only
Oh.
time you get a monologue in a Marvel movie is when there's too much distraction for you even to focus on the performance at all. And I've fallen asleep already by now because it's 2 hours and 45 minutes into the movie and there's another hour and a half left to go. And I'm all out of popcorn.
Whoa. Yeah. Yeah. And the only monologues you get in those movies are all just explaining everything you're watching.
That I already saw.
I was watching one of them pretty recently, and one of the characters even said like, oh no, do the explainy thing real quick. And then the other character like explained the whole thing.
Oh.
Because that's all they're ever doing.
Was that
is
like
just
in a like
explaining-
Lego Batman movie or something?
I don't
Oh,
know. I mean, it's
that's
just
funny.
one of
For
these
kids or something?
newfangled superhero movies where they're kind of quippy and funny, but also because they're
Weird.
aware of what they are. But those things
Ugh.
they do just explain the plot the whole time.
Sick of it.
Yeah. You know what I'm sick of?
Go off, Brett.
In line with that though,
Yes.
it's this multiverse thing.
yeah.
I'm so sick of playing with time.
Done with it.
It's not that cool.
No. You know,
there's a parallel universe. Stop. No.
you know when it was its coolest? Back to the Future. That's the best one. They did it the best. It makes the most sense. It's the most fun. That movie's great. And then every time travel movie since then goes, they even talk about Back to the Future in the time travel movie that you're watching now. They'll go like, no, this isn't Back to the Future time physics. We're doing our own thing. They're all trying to redo it. Just stop. We understand. You go back in time, you might see yourself. If one thing happens, it's going to change
No.
things in the future. And then you try to get back to the future the whole time.
No.
They already did it. Michael J.
We
Fox.
get it.
We get it. We understand. He made out with his mom. We got it. Leave it alone.
At least that
Stop.
was clean.
It
It's
made
not
sense.
like, oh, they died, but they actually died in that universe.
Right.
And then this
Yeah.
movie takes place in this universe.
Right,
So
right.
I'm like, no.
It was the cleanest of all the time travel
It's
ones,
just
right?
There's one timeline
Mhm.
and we're going forward, we're going back, and
Yeah.
we're going forward.
He went back in time. He accidentally messed up his dad peeping on his mom, which then sent his timeline. His dad was supposed to
Relatable.
be a peeping Tom with binoculars in the tree.
Yes.
Yet Marty messed that up.
Good.
So he's got to go back in time and put his dad back in the tree to be a peeping Tom.
But did he go back in time, or was he always had gone back in time because the future didn't change?
Well, no,
and he still did it.
No,
See,
now
that's
you're
what I
doing the
mean.
thing.
People
No, no,
disappeared and then
no,
came back.
no. Back to the Future, they don't do that. No, they don't do that. As soon as his brother and his sister are back in the photograph, everything's fine. And
We're
everything's
good.
He's
We're
singing Johnny
reset.
Be Good. We're all put back to normal. We're good.
Don't worry about
We're
it.
good
Don't
to
think
go.
about it.
Yeah. That's the best time travel movie. Leave it alone.
Yeah.
The multiverse, I'm done. I'm out.
No.
I don't need it. Done.
No.
Too much to think about. It can't be everything everywhere all at once anyway.
You know what? That one was good though. But I think that's why I couldn't watch Into the Spider-Verse. I was like, how many word verses are we
Yeah,
gonna have?
I know.
Spider-Verse, metaverse.
Mhm.
Yeah. And they're all doing it though now. Lightyear did it sort of with time travel. The thing. Every movie now is
We love time travel.
yeah, and multiverses. Doctor Strange was called the multiverse, right?
Yeah.
The latest
Multiverse of
Ant-Man
Madness.
had a bunch of it in it.
Quantum Mania. I
Sounds
say
like-
this.
sounds
I
like a
say
roller
this.
coaster.
I went and saw all those movies in
Yeah,
theaters.
yeah.
I'm trash. It's fine.
Somebody's got to support this industry.
Yeah, single-handedly, I'm bringing us back.
Well, you gotta, if you see all those movies, you have to keep all of those multiverses rules in your head when you then see the next one, because their rules are going to be different than the other multiverse movies rules,
Right.
right?
Okay. Do you want to know? This is my biggest plot hole with Marvel movies, and it's
Okay.
why I can't keep watching them.
Oh,
Okay, in the beginning, our original ones, before we all teamed up and made the Avengers,
In
it
the
made
beginning.
sense in the beginning. That was fine. But after you form the Avengers, why are we having these solo one-off movies? If Spider-Man is in London and this shit is going down, you think he's not going to call his friends
where's
and be
Iron
like, can
Man?
you help me?
right.
Yeah.
Where are these people? Where are our friends? And now there's like 12 of them. I'm like, you said no one was free. There's no group chat where you're like, hey, something bad is happening.
Yeah, I got a villain
The
here.
world is affected.
Mhm. There's
Can
a
you
bank
help
being
me?
robbed. Yeah, let's help out over
Yeah.
here. I agree. I mean, Thor, he might be over on some distant planet
Totally.
doing because he's in his own movie right now,
That's fair.
doing his own thing.
That's fair.
But it stands to reason that someone would be free somewhere.
You'd think they'd talk.
Yeah.
If it was
You
that
guys,
big of a
they
deal.
have their own lives to live. You know,
They're all
Tony
traveling
wants
through
to-
time somewhere.
Tony wants to sit home and eat spaghetti by himself. He needs a night off.
That's true. That's true. Except he has every night off now. Spoiler.
Does he die?
He died. You didn't
Oh,
know
yeah.
that?
You didn't know.
Oh, I cried.
You know what they're gonna have to do? They're gonna have to go to back in time to a different reality in which
Yeah,
he's
that's
still
true.
alive.
If
They could
we're
bring
in a-
him back
that's
at
so
any
true. If we're in
point.
another, if we're in a parallel dimension, whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, he could come back.
They could just
hate
go
all of it.
into a parallel one and bring fake Tony back.
That's true.
They could just replace real Tony with fake Tony. We're good to go.
Today's episode was a big thinker. I won't lie. Art and time and space.
They got to go back in time and figure out when Tony Stark was peeping on his mom.
Good night, Tony Stark.
Good night, Tony Stark's mom.
Oh, for Katie and Carla and Brett, reminding you to be kind and take care of each other. We'll see you tomorrow for a very special Friday episode. A very, very special, heartfelt Friday episode of the Brett Davern Show. See you then.
That's it for the Brett Davern Show for today. But don't worry, they'll be back tomorrow, live, starting at 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern, on Adobe Radio.